Are you ready to see your net worth at a glance? You've come to the right place. Let's face it, managing personal finances often feels like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle. Your salary lands in checking, some moves to savings, a slice auto-invests into ETFs, you've got a couple blue-chip stocks, a handful of silver coins, and even a nice apartment. But of course, that lovely apartment also comes with a mortgage, and there's still that car loan from last year. It becomes tough to tell if your financial health is thriving or just surviving. Introducing the Net Worth Navigator on Google Sheets, your one-page dashboard that brings every asset and every debt into a single, crystal-clear view. Think of it as your financial cockpit. See today's net worth, spot what's driving it, and drill it down to its components in seconds. Forget the numerous confusing apps and complicated spreadsheets. It's time for a straightforward, flexible tool that you'll actually want to use every month. All right, let's take control of your personal finances. Let's dive in and find out how. So, what really sets the Net Worth Navigator apart? Unlike other templates you've seen on YouTube, this Google Sheets wealth tracker merges simplicity with flexibility. See, I am an investment manager, and in my responsibility, I've built complex models for clients making million-dollar decisions. I know firsthand that real results require tools that are both easy to navigate and flexible enough to grow with you. What do I mean by simplicity? The Net Worth Navigator is incredibly easy to use, whether you are new to finance or an experienced planner, but it allows for flexible customization as well. What do I mean by flexibility? Most net worth tracker tools will give you a neat table with spaces for a handful of asset types and debts. But what happens when your finances grow and you suddenly have more assets or debts than there are cells on the template? It's like trying to fit your growing wardrobe into a suitcase that never gets bigger. It just won't work. Contrary to those limitations, the Net Worth Navigator excels through its adaptability. This tracker uses a three-tier system that behaves like a zoomable map. Level 1 is fixed, your top consolidation layer. Every asset and debt rolls up cleanly into one of these core categories. Levels 2 and 3 are fully customizable, so you can dial detail up or down. Let's say you want to break down investments into equity, and then again into mutual funds, company stock plans, and bearer shares. With a click, you get the big picture or the precise breakdown of what's driving your net worth. It's very affordable too. I tested all available Google Sheets net worth trackers out there, and this is the only net worth tracker you'll ever need on your way to financial independence. So, let's get started with the tool. Welcome to the Control Panel, your personal command center. Here, you'll find a handy list of abbreviations, quick README guide, and all the master tables that power your Google Sheets wealth tracker. Start with the balance type table. You'll see 8 standard asset categories and 8 standard debt categories. These are your highest level buckets, broad enough to catch every account you'll ever track, and fixed by design so your totals are always comparable. The table also explains what each category means, so mapping is effortless. Next, head to the Assets and Debts mapping table. This is where you create and customize subcategories unique to your own finances. Use a separate row for each of them and link them to a parent category. For example, add bearer shares, mutual funds, and company stock plans, map them to equity, and then map equity up to the main category, investments. Before moving on, set your main currency. If you track accounts in different currencies, you can translate them back to your main currency by defining an average FX rate for each currency and each single period you're tracking in your assets and debts tracker. This is important. Skip this step and balances in undefined currencies or months will show as zero. Lastly, there is one golden rule across the tool. Only type in light yellow cells. Everything else calculates automatically. Welcome to the input sheet, the engine room of your assets and liabilities tracker. This is where you'll log every asset and debt. For each balance, enter the essentials. Today's date as modification date, the date of acquisition, the quantity and the amount per quantity, the currency, and the subcategory. You can select your subcategory from a drop-down, which pulls from your A and D mapping table. The higher level categories will update automatically. For further granularity, add optional details like the asset's name, identifiers, platform, sector, country, and native currency. Each of those details will help you later in detailed analysis. You've entered your balances. Now let's turn data into insight. Head over to the Overview Annual tab. Think of this as your financial yearbook. It shows where your net worth stands today, how it's changed over time, and which assets or debts made the biggest difference this year. First, set the last year you want to analyze. If your most recent balances in the input sheet are from 2024, choose 2024 here. You can also roll it back to any earlier year. Now, look at the annual snapshot. You'll see your total assets and total debts grouped into 8 standard balance types. The same structure you've seen before. Curious how each part of your wealth has evolved? Scroll to the balance sheet section. Here, every contributor, assets, and debts appear in a timeline so you can track progress year by year. The tool then builds a 12-year window, your chosen year plus the previous 11. On the right, you'll see those data series depicted in bar charts. Below that, a combined chart plots assets and debts together for all actual years. This is where patterns pop: steady mortgage paydown, a dip from a market correction, or a rise from asset appreciation. Keep scrolling to your full balance sheet. It mirrors the yearly snapshot but stretches across time, broken down into the same 8 balance types. This continuity makes it easy to trace how each bucket influenced your net worth and your path to financial independence. If you want to know exactly what's moving the needle in your net worth, this is where the Net Worth Navigator becomes your microscope. Start with the actual balance table. It instantly sorts every subcategory, assets and debts, from biggest to smallest. Maybe you'll notice your bearer stocks category is the biggest single asset class you are invested in. Next, head to the drill down tables. Let's pick, for example, investments, and instantly see how all your custom categories underneath it have evolved. Want one layer deeper? The next drill down allows you to zoom in from equity to mutual funds, bearer shares, or employee stock plans. Whatever you have defined your third consolidation level to be, watch how each piece evolved year by year. You can also slice each standard category by countries, sectors, and currencies. Perfect for equity investors. Just make sure you've mapped these fields in the input sheet. If you prefer frequent check-ins, the Overview Monthly tab has you covered. It is structured in the exact same way as the Annual Overview tab, Just instead of a 12 years time frame, this tab will show your 12 months development. Start by selecting the year and the month you want to review. Instantly, you'll see a clean snapshot of your net worth at the end of that month, broken down into the standard categories: cash, investments, real estate, loans, and more, so you can spot what moved the needle. Just as with the annual view, scroll down to find the actual balance sheet broken down in standard categories. And if you want to go deeper, the familiar drill-down tables let you explore specific asset or debt categories in granular detail. Welcome to the final sheet, A and D details. Here, you'll find two pivot tables, one that covers the full 12-year period and another one that zooms into your month-by-month view. You might be wondering, why another summary? Well, previously you were looking at a standard balance sheet statement that could be drilled down to the standard category level. This was perfect for high-level analysis of your finances and comparing bottom-line actuals. The pivot table, however, allows you to drill down from high level to the deepest level. In short, pivots let you see everything at once, sort instantly, and spot the biggest drivers of your wealth without hopping between filters. All right, so what's the main takeaway here? The Net Worth Navigator is a powerful ally in your financial journey, adaptable and straightforward enough for anyone. With its three-tier categorization system, it allows to switch from a big picture view to a more detailed drill down. It gives you only the charts and data you really need and helps you zooming in on the progress you are making. Remember, it's just one element of a broader collection of tools available. Click the link in the description to enter our tool platform. Wondering how to track expenses, income, new investments, and debt repayments? Explore our Cashflow Navigator editions. Both Net Worth Navigator and Cashflow Navigator come in simple and pro tiers. While the simple version, as introduced in this episode, is a tracker of actuals, the Pro versions come with the budget planning feature. For the all-in-one experience, our flagship money map combines everything: assets, debts, but also transactions, budgets, and more. Even so, every tool costs less than $10, less than many people spend on lunch, and saves you hours of setup and confusion. Now, over to you. If you've got ideas or are missing additional features, leave a comment. We'll actively work on all your feedback. If you got value from this video, hit like and subscribe, or dislike if it missed the mark. Your honest feedback inspires me. As always, your support means the world to me. See you in the next one.